listening to LMFM Radio right across the Northeast. Also online, lmfm.ie. Helping Haiti, all those socially aware pop stars and everybody hurts. By the way, that's a sort of a European effort in a way, because in the United States they're doing We Are the World. Remember the thing they did years ago, USA for Africa? Well, they're doing a sort of a different version of it for Haiti. So you don't really hear that this side of the world. Now, if you're in the process, maybe your life is quite a busy thing. Maybe you're a parent, maybe you've got a lot of children to look after, maybe you run a creche, maybe you're a carer, maybe just your work is so overwhelming that you haven't time to balance it out with any other things like a bit of exercise and really just keeping yourself on the positive side of life. Well, it is a very difficult thing to do, and it's not made any easier by the way the economic times are at the minute. But my next guest, who formerly comes from Coolock in Dublin. She has now moved to Bettystown, which is a lovely part of the country, and she's passionate about the likes of fitness. And incidentally is a very strong believer in the idea that a healthy body and a healthy mind will always go hand in hand. Something I could do just at this moment in time. Larissa Atkinson, hello to you.
Hello, Paul. How are you? Lovely to talk to you today.
And you, by the way, what an appropriate second name you have, considering what you're involved in.
I know.
Atkinson has nothing to do with the diet anyway, I would imagine.
No, but that's Atkins now, so...
Oh.
Mine's Atkinson, so...
I thought I'd get away with that one.
Yeah, no.
How are you liking Bettystown compared to Coolock?
I'm loving it, actually. It's great to be beside the coast, and I take advantage of it a lot and go down and go for nice walks with the kids, and really enjoying it, yeah.
Do you miss all the
friends? Different than the hustle and bustle in Dublin, so I'm really enjoying it.
Absolutely. Do you miss all the friends? I'm sure you had a fair few friends down there in Coolock.
Well, there's a lot actually from Coolock and around my area actually living in Bettystown now as well, so I keep in contact with them, so it's great.
Coolock, home from home.
Home from home. It's like a little home from home, yeah.
Larissa, what made you start up your own business, especially the way the money situation is at the minute?
I suppose, Paul, I've always had a passion for health and fitness, and particularly in my final years in college, I got into the whole area of special populations, so helping people who are obese and cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes is kind of my passion. And I just felt in working in different industries, they wouldn't have the same passion for special populations as I do. So I felt there's a bit of a niche there to cater for these kind of people who are living with disease and who potentially need to exercise more so than the rest of us.
It's not just something you copped onto overnight, as you pointed out to some degree there, but you lecture in the School of Health in Dublin City University as well.
I do. I'm a part-time lecturer there. I went back as a mature student. I did my fitness course 12 years ago now, and I went back as a mature student to get a degree, because I wanted to get more research and develop myself in sports science and health. So I went and got a degree in sports science and health, and after that they asked me to come along and do a bit of part-time work. So I teach exercise psychology in the School of Health and Human Performance to secondary students.
So explain to us Fit Well Ireland and how you hope it will be beneficial to everybody who passes through it.
I suppose Fit Well Ireland initially it's going to run primary prevention programs, so everybody knows they need to exercise. We're all aware that we need to do exercise, and we need to be doing at least 30 minutes a day of exercise, but it's not happening. So what we need to do is target the schools to get primary prevention programs in the schools. There's a rapid increase of children dropping out of PE, and particularly girls as well. They're not really into the whole PE end of exercise. So
why do you think that is?
And going on my own experience, I was never the sporty type. I just didn't like sports, and maybe it was a confidence thing. I didn't feel I had the skills, and I just felt that I wasn't brought on in terms of sport, and I avoided it. I shied away from it then. So that's a big thing for girls. Girls feel that they're not the sporty type. Now, I'm saying that there's a lot of girls out there who are involved in sport, but for the majority of people who don't exercise, and the majority of children who don't exercise, it's a lot of girls, and there's research out there to show that girls decline more so as they get older from physical activity.
Well, Lent has only just begun, and I'm sure, I'm sure you had your New Year's resolutions, and people, give up things for Lent, and maybe they make these, So, why? There's quite a lot of things out there for us to use as catalysts, so to speak. So why don't we just stick to it?
A big part of it, everybody knows they need to exercise for health. A big part of it is motivation. Motivation is so important. But what people need to do, people need to sit down and weigh up the pros and cons of them becoming more active. So what we do in DCU is we do benefits and barriers analysis. So you look at somebody who's not active, and more than likely they will have a lot more barriers than somebody who is active. So what you need to look at is you need to look at the benefits of them. You sit down and write down the benefits of them becoming more active, for health benefits, for spending time with the children, wherever the benefits might be, and weigh them up against the barriers. So the barriers could be time or weather, work commitments, that kind of thing. And people will have these barriers, but they're only perceived barriers. So it's something that they put up to stop themselves from exercising, which we know we can overcome these barriers. So it's looking at identifying what your barriers are and putting a solution in there to prevent it from stopping you from exercising, basically.
And the level of fitness, this is always one which, if I'm ever speaking about something to do with health and fitness, your level of fitness really, you have to be very aware of your level of fitness before you sign up to any type of fitness regime, haven't you?
You do indeed. And what normally would happen, if you start up in a gym or something, that they would do a fitness assessment on you. They would, do your aerobic capacity test on you. But in terms of looking at people and just getting people more active, that can be kind of scary. If someone walking into the gym and having a fitness assessment done, it can be scary and off-putting for people who are not already exercising. So what I would do is an exercise consultation, so to speak, to see where they are in terms of the fitness. Are they exercising? In terms of how much exercise they're doing per week. Are they meeting the guidelines? That kind of analysis, as opposed to doing an actual fitness test on somebody.
Now, I'm not meaning to catch you on the hop here. You mightn't have seen this headline, but some years ago this was headline material, and it was the fact that there are now more obese people in the world than there are starving people in the world. So what do you think of that, and what can be done to fight it? Because it's on the increase, and there doesn't seem to be any sign of it going back.
It's huge, and particularly in Ireland now, there's 33% children are either overweight or obese now. So we're really catching up in America now. I mean, we were lagging behind, say, about 10 years, but we're really catching up now. It's going to be a major problem now. We need to get into the schools. We need to get something implemented on the curriculum. The kids need to be doing 60 minutes of physical activity every day of the week.
From what age?
From school age, primary age school,
okay.
Primary school children need to be doing at least 60 minutes. That doesn't mean a low intensity. What they should be doing is a mixture of moderate to vigorous intensity exercise for children. They need to be doing 60 minutes, and we just have to look around. I mean, there's all your consoles, and they're not playing out the way they used to play out. And even in the schoolyard, there's no running policies. I mean, it's so hard to get these children to exercise now, and it's a really bad habit they're in now that it needs to be targeted in the schools. I feel it needs to be targeted in the schools.
I remember one particular episode in the primary school I was in, and you're talking about the no running policy. We were lashing around the playground, and the principals they used to walk up and down the playground, a couple of teachers, and they'd be talking during the play break, and no running, they'd let her yell at you. And you're thinking, well, you can't run up the corridors, you can't run on the playground. And then if they caught you lousing up against the walls, you'd be told no lousing up against the walls. So you're sort of left with the whole thing of it's not being encouraged. So how the hell do you hope to instill that sense of,
Yeah, and in terms of that, it's not up to the teachers either. I mean, it has to be, you need to have a family approach to change people's behaviour. It has to come from parents are the ones who are going to, be role models for the children. So at the end of the day, if the parent is not exercising, the likelihood is the children's not going to exercise either.
I just want to relate one little very quick story to you. And we've a few little bits and pieces I'd like to ask you. But you were saying it has to start at home, really. It has to be encouraged.
Yeah, it does.
So my little one, I'll not put myself out there now as the perfect parent rank like that, but my little one is on the 21st of this month now. She'll be coming up on 18 months, right? And a while back, I just started walking her up to the shops. And now, if I use the words, walkies or shops, she will stand at the door, she will scream until she gets out, and she's not happy till she gets a walk up the shops. So she loves being outdoors. She really does. So we're hoping now that she's at that stage that she'll never lose that love for it. So that's really where people need to start from.
That's it. They have to get into the routine of doing, and it doesn't have to be huge amounts at the start. I mean, the guidelines out there at the moment for adults will be 30 minutes, a minimum of 30 minutes on most days of the week of moderate intensity exercise. So that would be like going for a brisk walk. But if you're going from no exercise to trying to get up to that 30 minutes, it can be frustrating if you're not physically able to do 30 minutes. So the key is to start off a little, find something that you enjoy, an activity that you enjoy, and build up slowly. You might want to do 3 bouts of 10 rather than trying to accumulate 30 minutes all at once. So it's small steps in changing your behaviour and making the new behaviour the routine.
Your website is fitwell.ie. What information is on that?
It explains all the programs that I run and a little bit of information on physical activity, how much you should be doing, and there will be a regular post going up. I'm actually only launching the website at the moment, so there's still got a bit of work to be put into it.
Tell us about one of the programs that you do run.
So one of the programs would be a boot camp, which is just recently up and running. So basically what a boot camp is, it's outdoors exercise. And I had a passion for this area, and I just said I was going to run with it and see did it take off. So what I did was I ran a few classes, didn't go very well before Christmas, so I restarted in the new year, and I ran a few free trials to get people to see that they like it first rather than people trying to sign up for a program. I have 35 girls now signed up for the program, and they absolutely love it. And they have somebody, a bit of social support with them. They have somebody that comes along with them. So I get them to buddy up with a friend that lives near them so they can exercise outside of doing what we do in the programme. So it's a whole social aspect of it as well, which the women really love.
It's not just for girls, is it?
It's not just for girls. At the moment, we're just launching. I just launched a female only for the moment.
Okay, so it will be co-ed, so to speak.
Pardon?
It will be co-ed. It will be.
It will be, yeah.
So to speak.